My greetings and best wishes to all the Tibetans inside and outside Tibet. Since the preliminary round, particularly after the announcement by the Election Commission, after the counting of the preliminary round of elections, the Election Commission decided that from the time result of the preliminary round was announced on February 8th till March 31st, when the final announcement of the candidates for the final round would be made, the Election Commission decided that the candidates should not campaign during this period. And we have resolutely stuck by the Election Commission's directive. And today, I take this opportunity to read out the English version of my election manifesto, particularly to help those who have problems in reading English, or those who don't have the time to read but would have the time to listen or watch this video. The first part of my presentation here, if I were to be entrusted with the responsibility of seeking the three basic principles. The first principle is equitable. Equitable is to treat every province, religious tradition, settlements, organization, or individual with unbiased equanimity. It is aimed at providing common rights to every Tibetan, be it allocation of resources or providing opportunities in all areas of public undertaking in the fields of governance, economy, and social programs. Fairness and justness is defined by decisions based on truth, while upholding the existential essence of the rule of law. To achieve success in fulfilling this commitment, we will ensure that all policies and programs of the Central Tibetan Administration will be transparent, unbiased, result-oriented, and fair. That should be guided by the rule of law rather than the individual. The best guarantee to implement this meaningfully by the administration is to be responsible, answerable, and accountable to the Tibetan Parliament in exile, as well as to the Tibetan public in all public undertakings. The second principle is co-effort. Cooperative effort is aimed at ensuring a unified, harmonious Tibetan community and for achieving meaningful results while implementing policies and programs. We must be cognizant of the fact that we are the spokespersons of our compatriots who remain under immense adversity in our homeland. Based on the foundation of our common disposition that is defined by our unique Tibetan national identity and the task to restore freedom of our homeland by pooling in every person's effort towards the cause of Tibet and welfare of the Tibetans in exile will be the fundamental path of reasoning that will guide all my administrative work. Towards that end, it will be my endeavor to consolidate the cooperative effort of the three pillars of Tibetan democracy: the autonomous bodies, the Kashak and the civil servants, Tibetans inside and out of Tibet, governmental and non-governmental organizations, the news media and the social media networks, the settlements and the scattered communities, the Tibetan associations and the Tibet support groups, the three provinces and the religious orders, the intellectual and the artistic communities, and those in business or agriculture. Likewise, the experience of the old and skill of youth should not be dispersed. We must pool all our energies to avoid duplication and wastage for the public good. The third principle is moving forward. Moving forward implies that there is no way we can remain stagnant. Even more so, based on the futility of stepping backward, we must not be preoccupied by squabbles over past mistakes and failures. Rather, learn lessons from them and be vigilant in not repeating the same mistakes while meeting societal changes. In tune with the changing times, we should provide leadership in opening a new chapter by scaling new heights and finding new ways to work shoulder to shoulder in achieving our common goals. We have to develop our common strategic plans for resolving the just cause of Tibet based on the dynamics of events taking place in China and around the world. We should also be mindful of the overall situation in Tibet and the changes that are taking place in India and other countries where Tibetans reside in order to preserve our Tibetan national identity. We must also extend our fullest cooperation to His Holiness the Dalai Lama and other noble personages in this endeavor to benefit the world community through Tibetan religion and culture. For all these, we are determined to move forward in the direction of continued progress, cohesively, with reason, farsightedness, and speedy means on our way forward. To put it succinctly, if we have the opportunity to meaningfully implement the three principles of equality and justice based on a solid foundation of rule of law, cooperative effort through solidarity of energies, and a way forward aimed at futuristic continued progress, then one can be sure that we have met the criteria to take the community on the progressive path in fulfilling our responsibilities to the cause of Tibet and taking care of our community in exile.